If you have an accident case, there are questions that you need to ask a lawyer before you hire them. As you'll see from this real case, asking them may help you get much more money in your pocket. To explain the first question, let's look at Ryan, who is driving straight down the road in Florida. An oncoming car made a left-hand turn in front of Ryan. The front of Ryan's car struck the other car. Ryan felt a sharp pain in his leg and was quickly rushed to the hospital. There, x-rays of his leg were taken. And then the doctor gave Ryan some bad news. Ryan's leg was broken. It gets worse. The doctor told him that he'd need surgery in the next day or so. Like many in his situation, Ryan turned to Google to find a Florida injury lawyer. But why does the state matter so much? Because lawyers are only legally allowed to represent you if they're licensed in the state where your accident happened. There's one exception to this that I'll discuss in a moment. It's a felony for a personal injury lawyer to represent you if they aren't licensed in the state where your accident happened. Here's why this is crucial for you. First, even the easier personal injury cases take time for you to get a settlement. This is because you usually need to wait to try to settle your case until you're finished getting your medical treatment. That's when you'll have a more accurate settlement value of your case. The last thing that you want is to hire a lawyer who isn't licensed in the state where your accident happened and then later have the insurance company say this:
your lawyer can't continue to represent you because they are not licensed in the state where the accident happened.
This will further delay settling your case because you'll then have to hire a new lawyer. Insurance companies often delay settling personal injury cases, and it's not even the claim adjuster's fault. They're often working on over 75 claims at any time. Second, trust is crucial when hiring a personal injury lawyer. How can you trust an attorney who is willing to commit a felony by illegally representing you? You can't, because they're dishonest. If you hire a dishonest lawyer, you'll be thinking questions like,
is my lawyer being honest when they tell me how much the insurance company offered me? Or is the attorney being truthful when they tell me how much their costs in this case are?
Those are just two of the many questions you may have. But what if the out-of-state lawyer tells you that they can work with a lawyer who is licensed in the state where the accident happened? There are only two scenarios where this is allowed. Number one, the referring lawyer is licensed in the same state where you live, or number two, a lawsuit is filed and the out-of-state lawyer gets the judge's consent to work on the case with a lawyer in the state where your accident happened. The problem with the second scenario is that you likely don't want to sue just so the out-of-state lawyer can get permission to work on the case. In most cases, I suggest trying to settle your case before suing. This is true whether or not you have a lawyer. This will usually save you from paying 6% more in lawyer fees. You see, when a lawyer sues in your case, they're allowed to charge a higher percentage of the total settlement. On average, these fees can be around 6% or more than if you settled without filing a lawsuit. Think about it. That 6% could translate into thousands of dollars that could stay in your pocket. Also, when you sue, your case costs increase. The issue with this is that if and when you settle your case, the lawyer gets paid back these costs from your share of the settlement. And more costs means less money in your pocket. That said, insurance companies often fight claims hard. So in some cases, your lawyer will need to sue. Insurance companies are driven by one thing: profit. So the first question that you need to ask a personal injury lawyer before you hire them is, are you licensed in the state where my accident happened? As you may have guessed, Ryan hired me, and one of the reasons why he chose me is because I'm licensed in the state where his crash happened. To understand the second question that you should ask an injury attorney before you hire them, let's again look at Ryan's case. Unfortunately, the other driver died in the accident, so I sued his estate. Fortunately, before the accident, Ryan had bought an auto insurance policy with underinsured motorist coverage. This is called UIM coverage. And this came in handy because the other driver was underinsured. Ryan's UIM coverage was with Travelers, an above average auto insurance company. Travelers delayed making an offer and they played hardball. But I finally got them to offer $150,000 to settle Ryan's injury case. This wasn't fair though, so I sued Travelers Insurance Company. They then changed insurance adjusters. The new adjuster said to me in a cold tone,
"Since I'm the new adjuster, you know what that means, right?"
I thought to myself, no, I don't know, but it sounds like bad news. She said,
"It means I need to reevaluate the case."
She was implying that she may need to lower their prior $150,000 settlement offer if she felt that it was too high. Some insurance adjusters will try to scare you, but I wasn't falling for this trick since I've seen it before during my 19 years of handling personal injury claims. Travelers then hired a defense lawyer, and then you won't believe what they did. Travelers denied liability and said that Ryan was guilty of negligence, which is carelessness. They did this despite the police officer giving the other driver a ticket. I'll soon share another crucial question to ask lawyers, but first let's continue with Ryan's story. Before hiring me, Ryan found that I secured a settlement for $445,000 for injuries similar to his. There are two reasons why you want to hire a lawyer who has had many large settlements for your same injury. First, they'll likely already have done research on how much juries award for pain and suffering for your same injury. Thus, they may be able to give you a faster estimate of the fair settlement range of your case based on the information that they have. Recent jury verdicts are the best predictor of the range of pain and suffering compensation that a jury may award in your case. Of course, it's not an exact science as juries are often unpredictable. But when you start to look at lots of jury verdicts for the same injury, you see that the money awarded for pain and suffering falls within a certain range. The second reason is they know about the future treatment that you may need. Hopefully, the lawyer has saved studies from medical journals that talk about the future treatment for your same injury. Sending an insurance company a copy of this medical journal may persuade them to pay more money for your injury. Here's a pro tip. Ask the lawyer to show you detailed proof of their settlements for your same injury. This proof can be on their website or YouTube videos. Or maybe the attorney can send you a report of their jury verdicts for your same injury. Experienced lawyers, having dealt with similar cases, often have insights from medical experts about your type of injury. If one of my loved ones got injured outside of Florida and I couldn't represent them, I'd recommend that they choose a lawyer with a track record of big payouts for similar injuries. So the second question that I recommend that you ask the injury attorney before you hire them is,
Have you settled a personal injury case for my same injury?
so what happened with Ryan's case? Allstate insured the driver who hit Ryan. During my lawsuit against both the driver's estate and Travelers Insurance, I settled Ryan's case for a whopping $300,000. He was thrilled. The thing is, it's great that you know some of the best questions to ask an injury lawyer before hiring them. But what if you don't need a lawyer for your accident case? Hiring one could cost you big money that might be yours if you don't actually need legal help. So in this video that's on screen and linked in the description below, I'll reveal when you don't need a lawyer and when you'd be nuts not to have one. Watch it now, it may save you thousands of dollars. And if you've been seriously injured in Florida or on a cruise and you think that someone else may be at fault, click on the link in the description below to see if I could be the attorney for you.